All right, guys. Today I want to talk to you about the topic of attraction a little bit here and share with you why Mystique is better than transparency. And I'm going to make this video on my Insta360 X3 camera in me mode, where the camera always tracks me. And I tried to do that with a video the other day. I didn't do it quite right. I wasn't holding the camera in the right position. And so I had to modify the shot. And so the video that you got was a square. And so I'm going to try to do it right this time. I still uploaded it. Hope you still liked it. But yeah, so this is going to be done right this time. Before I get any further, I do want to share with you, though, that my wife and I are planning a little mini vacation with our family to Key West in the third week of June. And we're excited about that. It took her talking me into it because I didn't really want to spend that amount of money, but she sold it. She sold it to me. And I have to admit, she made some really good points, and I know I won't regret it. You know, when you pour your money into investing in experiences, especially with people that you love, there's real no regrets. And that's better than buying material things or believing that saving and the constant process of saving is going to make you feel happy. It's better to spend your money on experiences with people that you love. But anyway, so that's what we're doing the third week of June. That's what we have planned so far, at least, and I'm excited about it. I want to make some really cool videos down there. I'm thinking about even doing some live streams. And, you know, I've never live streamed before, but maybe that would be a good time to start because, I mean, the kind of place it is would be kind of cool just to do something from there. And so I'll keep you posted, let you know what we're doing, and perhaps even make videos on the way down there because there's a lot to see between here and there. It's an 8-hour drive, and I don't mind 8-hour drives. I don't think I'll mind this one too much either because I've never been that far south in Florida. So yeah, I'm excited about it. So keep tagging along, keep following me, and I'll try to make it worth your while. So anyway, let's get to the topic of today. I want to talk about how Mystique is greater than transparency. All right. So in this book that I'm reading called Sunday Nights at 7, written by Joan Benny, the daughter of Jack Benny, which was one of the greatest comedians ever. A lot of people don't know who he is because, you know, he lived so long ago. Well, I mean, in his heyday, his heyday wasn't quite 100 years ago. His career spanned for so many decades. Just one of the most brilliant comedians. Every comedian knows who he is, even though a lot of other people might not. Anyway, he started off in vaudeville. He went to radio. They went to TV. Is probably in a few movies, but anyway, so his daughter Joan Benny was talking about in this book how some comedians, you know, when they went from radio to television, didn't do quite as well. And I've listened to a lot of the old radio, the comedy radio programs, and man, they were funny. They were just absolutely hilarious. And I wish I still had them because I would still play them. And she said that the radio programs, she goes, I wish they still made them because they hold up better over time. When you lay everything on the table and people can see everything, it loses some of its luster. People don't have to use their imagination as much. And that actually results in a loss of attraction. I'll switch hands here. So Anyway, she was saying that, you know, when they were on the radio, that people didn't know. People did not know what Jack Benny and his family looked like. They couldn't see what kind of car he drove. They couldn't see what it took to make things happen. And the audience was always enchanted. That's where they got their greatest ratings. But when they went to television, they didn't realize that the characters had aged. Because that was in the 50s. You know, Benny was on the radio in the 30s and 40s, and he did that for so long. But by the time he got to television in the 50s, people were seeing for the first time in a lot of cases what they looked like. The sound effects weren't the same. They were no longer being faked. And, people didn't have to use their imagination as much. And it got me to thinking how true that is, that it's really important to understand that to maintain attraction, building up attraction is one thing, but maintaining it is another. And one of the reasons why we're so attracted to other people is because we don't know enough about them yet. Everything's new. Everything has not been revealed. The other person is a mystery, and it's fun discovering them. And so when all of that wears off, you lose something. And everyone will tell you that. And a lot of times in relationships, you'll see people say, and usually it's the woman telling the man this, okay, by the way. Tell me all about your day. Tell me everything. And I remember having girlfriends like this. They would do the same thing. I didn't want to talk about my day. I didn't want to talk about a lot of things. And that really maintains some kind of attraction. You might think to yourself, well, if I don't tell them everything, which is what they want to hear, won't that cause some tension? That tension is actually kind of good. I mean, you might think it casts a negative aspect on things, but the truth of the matter is, it's good for people to let their imagination wander a little bit and wonder, cause them to wonder about you, whether it be good or bad. People tend to behave differently when they don't know as much about you. And whether you're talking about dating or whether you're talking about relationships on the job or anything else, or wherever a relationship might take place, it's always good to keep a level of mystique. One should never, or not just one, but many should never know that much about you. I'm not saying that you should keep everything a secret. What I'm saying is you don't have to reveal everything. You don't have to tell everyone, or you don't have to tell anyone everything you're thinking. You don't have to give everyone your opinion about what you think of them. And that should also remain a mystery. That's how you maintain some level of diplomacy. And it's vitally, well, let's just say it's crucial. It's crucial to remember this if you want to keep if you want to maintain some gravity, some pull to your personality, don't lay all your cards face up. And it will be tempting to do so, as people will encourage you to tell them more, to tell them everything. And don't do that. Now, you can tell people a lot. Just don't tell them everything that you're thinking. It can be somewhat strategic, and you don't want it to be so manipulative. But here's the reason why. Here's another reason why this is important. While intentions might seem good, that someone wants to talk to you and wants you to tell them more about yourself, about your day, about what you're thinking. The problem with it is that it could become ammunition later on. People don't always feel the same way about you, and it could be used against you. I hear a lot of ruckus over here. I don't know what's scurrying around, probably a squirrel. But nevertheless, stay somewhat guarded. Stay somewhat cloaked. Victoria Beckham was once asked, her and her husband was a soccer player, and he's real handsome and she's real beautiful. And she was asked one time, how do you maintain attraction in your relationship? Because, everybody on the outside would think, well, they're always attracted to each other. They're both so good looking and charming. And I remember one of the things she said was, one of the many things she said was, don't get dressed or undressed in front of each other, and don't use the bathroom in front of each other. That's transparency on a different level, but it's transparency nonetheless. And I thought that was clever. But I think it's absolutely true. I know people, and you do too probably, that they have no problem, and it's weird. It's just weird. They have no problem using the bathroom in front of each other. No, homie, don't play that. No, I don't get it. But personally, I think if you're that comfortable, then what's left? I mean, really, at that point, what's left? Now, I know some people would argue, we're just that close. Really? Because the next guy that she's going to be attracted to, well, that might be predicated on the fact that he is a mystery, or she is. If a woman reveals too much about herself, and I think that's something worth remembering. I'm not trying to ramble on and on about the subject, but I'll tell you what, it seems like we're encouraged all the time to put ourselves out there more and more and more, with no real promise or guarantee of return. And you have to know, if all you have to do is, you don't have to think very long about it. The more you know about people, the more they reveal about themselves, the less enticing they are. Back in the 90s, when getting movies on VHS was a thing, it was so popular for so long to get, or even on DVD. It was so popular for them to have another DVD in the case, or have an extended tape where at the end of it you could see how the movie was made that you just watched. I never liked those. I didn't want to see how the movie was made. I want the movie to be magical. That's what makes it so beautiful to me. That's what makes it so wonderful. That's what keeps me coming back. It has some gravity. It has some pull, some magnetism, because I don't know how they did it. It's the same thing with people. The people that you're involved with, they don't want to see everything behind the scenes, which includes your thoughts. They don't need to know every opinion. They don't need to know every detail of every activity in your day. It just doesn't need to happen. You don't need to be an enigma. You don't have to be, you don't want to take it too far and be super mysterious. But the other person doesn't need to know where you are all the time, especially if you're dating. Not if you're married. Not if you're married, okay? So let me be very clear. If you're dating, the other person should not know where you're at all the time. They should, you should not be picking up the phone every time they call or answering every text immediately. It's important. It's important that the other person does not have that much of a grip on you where you are an open book, absolutely transparent. Do you understand what I'm saying? I do believe that when another individual feels like they know what they believe or how they perceive. If they perceive they know almost everything about you, they'll lose respect for you. They will. They'll absolutely lose respect for you. And they'll move on to something else that grabs their attention. The unknown, the glitter, something that sparkles. Give it some thought, because there's way more things that could be said about this and examples that could be given. I'm just not thinking about right now. And you know, I could probably elaborate on this more in a different video. I don't even know if I've conveyed my point as well as I would like to, but I think I might have said enough. I hope it's helped, because I think naturally, you know, we want people to feel like they can. We want people to feel like they can trust us. So when they want you to be more open, more transparent, we believe that's going to foster closeness, intimacy, and it may for a little bit, but you got to keep something for yourself. I'm telling you, don't give everything away. Mystique is greater than transparency. Don't forget that. It'll go a long ways. I guess one of the things I'm thinking about right now is that you know, you see these posts on Instagram where women are just laying everything out about themselves, and men want to believe that women don't do certain things. You follow my drift? They want to believe they don't do certain things, and when women act like they're very proud, very bold about revealing things that are kind of vulgar, inappropriate, and then they turn around and say, well, it's just natural. This is just, we all do this. We men have a loss of attraction for that particular woman. We don't want to believe that you're like that. And I know that some woman's going to hear this and go, well, that's just too bad, because that's reality. Do you really want to know everything that a man does? I mean, really? Is that? No, you don't. And I know you think you do. I know you think you've seen everything, but you haven't. If you're a woman listening to this. And I guarantee you, whether you're a man or woman, if you have someone in your life that you feel like there's nothing left to be said, nothing left to be seen, I'll bet you a lot of the attraction is gone. And I would put money on believing, I would put money on believing that there's probably somebody out there that's caught your eye. And it's because of that. Maybe you've never thought about it. Maybe you never put your finger on it, but I'm going to tell you, I think that's what it is. All right. Okay. I think I've probably said more than I should have. I'm probably going to wish I had thought of other things after I turn this off, but leave your comment down below. Give me your thoughts. Safeguard yourself. Save something. And, you know, see what a difference that makes. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me on this walk. I will catch you on the next one. Listen, if you happen to like this this video camera and you think to yourself, man, I wish I had something like that I could take with me different places, and if if I had that, maybe I'd use it the way you're using it. Let's go to the description down below. There's a link for this camera. You can use this thing, this Insta360 X3, in so many different ways. It's incredible. I love this thing. But you can get this, and you can get the invisible selfie stick along with it for free, for absolutely free. All right, I think that'll be it. I appreciate you guys walking with me, allowing me to talk to you. I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope you have a great day. Be wise.